Bitcoin and Litecoin daily update. Are the bulls in control? What's up, guys? Crypto Savvy here. I hope everybody's having a fabulous Saturday. We're going to take a look at the charts. We're going to start out with Litecoin, move on to Bitcoin, and then take a look at my favorite charts, which are the Bitcoin daily versus the gold weekly that we have been following since January on this channel. So definitely stick around to the end to check that out. Also, if you haven't checked it out already, check out our free Discord group. It's in the description box below the video. 100% free, great group of people in there, great community. Check it out. If you like crypto, you'll love the community. Also, there's some affiliate links down in there. Definitely check them out. It helps the channel out, guys. The newest one being Crypto Watch, which you can put, I think it's 26 exchanges on one platform and trade from it. So definitely check it out. There's a free trial down there. And let's get into the video. Alright guys, as always, I want to start out by saying I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is my view and my opinion of the market only. Anybody that's doing any trading or investing in this market, I suggest you do your own due diligence and your own research, as this market is extremely volatile and risky. Also, keep in mind, it's still a speculative market, so don't put in more than you're willing to lose. And with that being said, if you're new here, you haven't already, definitely hit the subscribe button, as I do post update videos every day, even though today's is a little late. Also, don't forget to tick the notification bell to get you notified when I post new videos. Smash the likes, guys. Leave your comments. Let me know what you think, and if you know of any way I could improve on the channel. So, all right. We've been watching this on the weekly. This is Litecoin, and move that over. So this is Litecoin on the weekly, and we've been looking at this hidden bullish divergence here, which is higher lows in the price action, lower lows in the RSI. I do believe we are going to continue up, guys. I know people are talking about the halving and all that. I really don't think that's going to have an effect like people think. Let's look at the daily real quick, and let's go into the price action first. All right, take a look at what I've been watching, looking at this as a cup and handle. Starting here is the cup. This being the handle, forming now with our neckline at the 145 area. And a break of that neckline gives me a target of 271. That doesn't mean we shoot straight up, guys. You know, this could take weeks, maybe even months to get up there. But that is the higher target of the break of 145, 146 area. So keeping that in mind, I also have a target here we'll look at in the more immediate price action when we get into it. This down here, the 62, is the absolute lowest I see us going, and I don't even see us going that low, guys. I know everybody's super bearish, especially on Litecoin right now. That's a good sign if you ask me for the bulls. So let's look at the RSI. All right, so this is the RSI that we've been watching since December in this rising channel, which we fell out of in a falling channel. And if you look here, we had this falling broadening wedge drawn in the RSI, which we popped out of here. I do believe we're most likely going to come up and test the top of this channel on the RSI. And we'll have to watch the action. And, you know, once it gets in that area, if we break through, test the bottom of this, maybe pop back in. But we'll have to wait and see. Let's look at the 4-hour RSI. If you guys haven't been keeping up with the videos, or if you're new here, definitely go back in and see how all this played out and how we drew it in. But as of right now, we had this falling broadening wedge also in the 4-hour RSI, which we broke out of here. And it does look like we are most likely going to pop up out of this. This is kind of a weird channel we're in here, and I don't know for sure. I'm just going to draw these lines in. We'll see how it plays out. I'm going to clone this one and put it over here. And it does look like we want to break up and out of that now, which also looks like a bull flag in the RSI. So definitely keep an eye on that, guys. Let's look at the price action. And we'll take a look at the bearish case scenario first. and then we'll take a look at the bullish case. All right, so the bearish case scenario would be us falling back into this channel and all the way down. I do see us around, if we fell down, it would be probably somewhere in the $83 range. And if that didn't hold, then we'd be looking at the ultimate low of 62 bucks. Again, guys, I don't believe we're going to get there, and we'll look at why now. I am bullish right here. I do think this is a bull flag forming here. And also, we had popped out of this falling channel here, and we came back inside it, popped back out, and we had our measured move here from we had our measured move to the 103 area, which was the break of this channel right here. We take the measured move of the length of this channel, put it up to where we broke out. That gets us at 103. We have not quite hit it yet. I do believe we are still on our way to hit it. Let's take a measurement here of this as a flagpole, and this being the bull flag, which also gets us to that 103. So I definitely see us getting to that 103 area and popping out of this here. That would also come up to this resistance line, which would be our old trend line that we broke down out of here. Tried to get back in it, pop back down, and I believe we'll test it again. If that was to break, our measured move is the measured move of this channel, this falling channel here. We bring it up to where we popped out, and that gets us up to the 128 range. Excuse me. I still have this 121 area here, and that is a measured move. Let me get this out of the way. Measuring this as a bull flag here, this being the flagpole, this being the flag, and where we popped out right here, that's the 121 range, guys. So there's still definitely more pointing up than down, but this is the key area that we're going to watch, the 103, and see how it reacts to that. We could get, bounce around this area, do some more consolidation before a continuation up. We'll have to wait and see what happens there, but I'm still looking for that 103 in Litecoin. Now, Bitcoin, same thing, lower or higher lows in the price action, lower lows in the RSI, hidden bullish divergence. Looking good, guys, and this weekly candle is looking really good. Let's look at the daily. All right, so looking at the daily, take a look at the bigger picture. We've been watching this line here, which I think was the trend reversal line, the thick white one here. And we broke above that right around the 6,650 range, which was also right in this area here where it was support and resistance. We broke through, came back down, tested it, and we could possibly come back down and test it one more time, but we'll talk about that in a minute. I do want to look at the higher targets, and looking at this as a bull flag or a falling wedge, whichever way you want to look at it. If we did a measured move off of it, just measuring the height of the flag itself or the wedge, whoops, did not mean to do that, sorry guys. If we took the measured move off that, that gets us to the 16,000 range. I definitely think we're most likely headed that direction. If we looked at this as a flagpole, and this being the bull flag, measured move of a breakout of around the 11.7 range. Again, guys, wherever these break out, it changes that target, but that's why I do daily updates. If it does break, if and when it does break, then we'll be able to judge a lot better where the targets are. So as of right now, if we were to break out around the 11.7, it would be about $18,000 range. Now I want to take a look at, let's take a look at one more thing real quick. If we're to, depending on where we break this trend line here, if we were to break out around that 16,000 range, then my target's around the 29,000. But again, that all depends on if and when we break this top white trend line. But let's take a look at the RSI real quick, and then we'll go into the more immediate price action. And if you guys been watching, you know I've been watching this here, and I do believe this is still playing out pretty well. I have this trend line up here, which helped us call the tops. Let me back up a minute. and I'll show you real quick. That trend line right there, each time this peaked, it called the top of each one of these runs. And this one here, I do believe we're about to have another run within the next, it could be a week, could be a couple weeks, but I do definitely believe we're going to have a nice run coming. But I want to show you what I'm seeing in the RSI and what I believe it's going to end up being like. If you could see the resemblance of these two, it was like an inverted head and shoulders here. I'll draw it out real quick. So it's like an inverted head and shoulders, and up to touch the top trend line again, and then it looked like another inverted head and shoulders. Touch the trend line again, and it looks like another inverted head and shoulders, and we'll probably go back up. That's just an assumption, guys, but it's definitely looking like a pattern there, so keep your eyes on that. We were watching this rising channel. Whoops. We're watching this rising channel here since it started back in November, but we started watching it in December, right in this area when we had these two touches. Drawn out, it followed it nicely till it broke down out of it here, and as you can see, this trend line here is holding each drop before we go back up and test the top of this. So I do definitely believe we have more upward continuance. Let's look at the 4 hour, and then we'll go into the more immediate price action. So this is a 4 hour. As you guys know, like I said, if you don't know what all this is, you haven't been watching the videos, go back, follow along, especially if you want to learn how to do it. All right, so we had what was looking like a falling wedge here that we broke out of, into another falling wedge, broke out of that, into another, broke out of that, into a, you could look at this a few different ways. This could have been more of a falling wedge, whichever. But anyways, we did break out and to the upside. I do believe it is definitely possible that we come back up into this area in the RSI, which would be giving us new highs. So let's look at the price action. The charts are a little messy, guys. It is Saturday and I don't have a whole lot of time, so what you see is what you get, but we're going to take a look at what's going on here. All right, so looking at, you know what, let's look at the bearish case scenario first, guys. So the bearish case, I have these numbers here, and actually this one's going to move up right around the 9,300, and then this one would move down. This trend line being from these peaks here, okay? I'm not moving it down that far. I think right around the 8270 range, and that's because of this trend line right here. I do believe that is the absolute lowest if we go bearish, guys. Again, I'm not bearish here. I am still pretty damn bullish. We are in a parabolic bull run. I can't stress that enough. Quick rant, guys. Quit paying the guys that are ripping you off, charging for their VIP services and crap. They are definitely screwing you 100%. They're making shit tons of money just by charging you. They suck at trading. I've posted some videos in the Discord with some reviews on some of them, guys, so definitely check that out. Quit getting ripped off, guys. I hate seeing people get screwed. All they're doing is teaching you the basics that you can learn for free all over the internet. Yeah, just don't get screwed, guys. I'm sick of hearing about that shit and people getting screwed by these scammers. All you're doing, if you pay for their stupid ass groups, is paying for their drug habits, gambling habits, and lavish lifestyles, and who knows what else. All right, done with my rant. Anyways, I'm gonna put another, no, I'm not. This is the area right here. If we went bearish and came down from here, 9,300, 9,350 is where I'd be looking. Actually, it'd be more over here. Let me keep it back over here. 9,270 range, which would be the top of this falling channel here that we broke out of. Now let's look at our targets. We hit, again, I'm bullish, and this was our first target up here, and that was a measured move of this reversal diamond down here, and we put it to where it broke out. If you can't see that, I'll zoom in a little bit. You can see I had the diamond drawn in here, And that was right around the 11,178, I believe is where it took us. Yeah. And we had that target drawn in. We hit it, came back down, broke through it. Then we had this target, and we've had these targets here all week, guys. So playing out nicely. Had a falling channel here, these two white lines that you can see, the top one, bottom. Measured that, where it broke out. That gets us up to 11,000. I still believe we're going to hit that 11,000 range. And then if you look in closer, you can see I have this channel here. I'm going to change the color of this one. Actually, I'm going to make that one dotted. There we go. So this being the top of the channel, this one being the bottom. I do have this other one drawn in here from these two peaks. But I do believe we're most likely going to come up, hit this $11,005, $11,007 range, and see what happens there. We could get some rejection, maybe come back down, test the 11,750 range. If that breaks, then looking at the 10,550 range. But we are in this channel here, and a measured move of that channel. Let's put it up here. If we were to break down in this area up here, we could be looking all the way back down to the $9,800, $9,900 range. If we're to break up from here, that gets us up to about this 11.7 range that we've had marked in here for a while. That's also where the top of this rising channel and the top of this bull flag or falling wedge, whichever way you want to look at it. And we've already looked at our moves off of that. Get this out of the way. All right, so I do see us coming up to this 11,000 range. If that breaks, we're looking at the 11.7. And guys, if the top of this falling wedge breaks, and I'll show you here in a minute in the Bitcoin daily versus gold weekly chart, it also is around the same area that has a trend line that I believe once we cross, we're not going to go back under it. But yeah, I do believe it is a high probability that we break out of here and go up to the $16,000 range. But again, guys, remember, depending on where it breaks out, if it takes longer to break out, you know, that moves the target. It's whenever we break this trend line, that's when this target goes in effect. So keep that in mind. Hopefully you're doing your own charting and your own due diligence and not trusting anybody on YouTube, including me, for calls. I mean, things can change in a blink of an eye, and we can't get on and make a new video real quick to show you, but this is what I'm looking at now. I'm looking at definitely the 11,000 range. If that breaks, I'm looking at the 11.7, and we'll see how that plays out. Let's go to the Bitcoin daily chart. Those of you that have been watching since January know that we've been following since January, which is right down in this area. Now, I've drawn from the all-time high trend line from the second peak here, trend line, to where it broke down at 6,000. Then there's the bottom trend line, 2 touches on the trend line before breaking through this and starting this parabolic move that we're in now. Also, take a good look at the blue line, which was old support through the bear market, and the white line, which was support here, here, and here through the bear market, and see where we're at now. And I'll zoom in a little bit and show you. Once I believe once we cross this trend line, that's it, guys. We won't break back down below this trend line again. So this is my end of the year target, guys, 46 to 47,000. This is a pattern. Keep that in mind. I'm going to be clicking over to the Bitcoin or the gold weekly chart. We'll click back and forth so you can see the resemblance. A pattern is a pattern, guys. Doesn't matter what time frames, just a pattern's a pattern. A triangle and a 5-minute pattern's the same as a triangle and a monthly pattern. So, but yeah, I do believe this is most likely going to play out. And if you look at the gold, I have the same thing. Blue trend line from the old support in the bear market. White trend line from the 3 touches of support in the bear market. And as you can see, this white line gave us problems, this white trend line, just like in Bitcoin right now. But I do believe when we break above this, guys, zoom in a little bit, see where we're at. We are right on it. And this is the bit stamp chart, but as you can see, we're right on it. If we break this, guys, if it's in this daily candle, it's around the 10,966. If we get it open and a close above this without coming back down, you know, it could wick back down, but if tomorrow's candle closes above this, I think we're in extremely good shape. So yeah, that's where I'm at now. Excuse me. If you look here, the 13 EMA is looking to cross the 21 EMA right there. And if that happens, obviously that's pretty damn bullish, guys. I do believe we'll end up blowing through this and going up to our other targets. So let's look at the weekly RSI, which we've also been watching since January. And I want to point out two key areas that I've been pointing out lately. Look right here and right here. Do you see the resemblance there and what is about to happen? I do believe it's even right around the same area after, you know, breaking through the trend line. And what we have over here is 2017 bull market, 2013 bull market. I drew both of these trend lines in. And like I said, we've had these drawn in since back in January, back in here before we even broke out of this. So this is a 2013 bear market or bull market, followed by the bear market. We had two touches of resistance on this trend line before breaking through, starting the bull market. 2017 bull market, followed by the bear market. Two touches of resistance before breaking through, starting the bull market. So as you can see, look at the resemblance right there. I believe, and this is more of a guess, guys, but this is what I believe is going to be happening here, is something along these lines. I mean, you know, it's not going to be exact, but I do believe it's going to look something like this. You know, and this bull market could last to the end of 2020, 2021 maybe. But again, my call for the end of the year is 46,000. And let's look at the monthly RSI. Another thing we've been watching since January. And if you look here, this is 2013 bull market, 2017 bull market, followed by the bear market. Each arrow represents a new low in the RSI. We had 4 of them before shooting up. 2017 bull market, followed by the bear market. Each arrow representing a new low in the RSI before shooting up. I do believe this one may be quite a bit quicker though, guys. Yeah, if you enjoyed the video and you want to stay updated on it, definitely click the Crypto Savvy logo above my head. That'll get you subscribed to the channel. Tick the notification bell to get you notified when I post new videos. Smash the likes, guys. Leave your comments. Let me know what you think. I may do a live stream later. I'm not sure yet. If not, I'll see you in the morning. Take it easy.